Hearts with a Mission is the only youth shelter in Jackson County. We provide temporary emergency shelter for boys and girls between the ages of 10 and 17. Kids can stay up to 120 days with parental consent, and it's required for them to go to school. And it's a voluntary shelter, meaning that kids have to want to come and want to stay in order to stay at the shelter, and they all have chores, and we just live life with them until hopefully we unify them back to their own family. Hearts with a Mission provides shelter for the entire county, but it's not just limited to the county. So if we do have room, we have 16 beds, but if we do have room and other kids need a place to stay, then we'll accommodate them as well. Last year we had about 126 kids that stayed at least one night at the shelter, and we've been open about 4 years, and we've had over 400 kids in just 4 short years that have come through our doors.
I moved to Hearts with a Mission because I was depressed and I was thinking about committing suicide. The staff invited me to go to church with them, and I decided to go. Once I stepped into the church, I just felt like this presence, like this welcoming. Like I haven't experienced it like that before. It was totally different. I cried my heart out and I told him that I was done and I was tired and I needed his help. And he did. He helped me. And now I'm not depressed anymore. I'm living back at home and going to go off to college.
I think it's, our primary goal is to let every kid know that they're valued. Try to create a sense of hope for them, because sometimes we don't have answers to real difficult questions. And every kid needs to feel loved. They need to feel that they have a future. And a lot of times it's just, trying to instill confidence in them and just to be there for them. To walk through whatever they're walking through and say that we'll be there alongside you. We know it's difficult.
Once I knew that I got accepted, all of them were so proud of me. My parents were kind of ticked off that I was trying to leave. And just to hear the staff say that they're really proud of me, I didn't get that from my own parents, and to me that was one of the biggest things, to hear I'm proud of you. And when I didn't get that from my parents, that was the biggest support I could ever get. And I appreciate everything they did for me, and all the times they just listened to me, were there for support. They really made a difference in my life.
The kids that we see, they're falling victim to, their parents are drug addicts, or there's abuse going on inside their own home, and they're trying to escape that, which, because it's voluntary, that's where change takes place, because kids have to say, I want to be there. And I always tell our staff that try to imagine what it's like coming from an environment to want to live at Hearts with a Mission with maybe 15 other siblings that you don't know, where you can't have your cell phone, you're being told what time to go to bed, you have to go to school, you have to come home from school, and you don't get to go anywhere unless you're accompanied by a staff member. And when a teenager's willing to do that, rather than live in the situation that they're coming from, it tells you a little bit about how terrible it is where they are at. But our goal isn't just to try to teach kids new trades or try to provide them resources. It's really to try to refine them back to their own families. Ultimately, that's our goal. If their own family isn't safe, then it's helping those youth identify families for them to live with where it would be safe. We really feel blessed for any amount of money that we're able to get, because it takes sometimes a whole community, if you would, to help the number of kids that we have. And the hearts of the people of our community, it's great. So to be able to get a little or to be able to get a lot, we support our youth, we support our staff through individual donations. And it takes a lot of individual donations in order for us to really provide the type of support that they need. So I guess our message would be that the kids in our community are really worth investing in. I think as a kid, to know that people care and they're willing to invest their own dollars into that to show that they care, it says a lot. You know, to be able to help somebody when they have no way of repaying you, for me, that's the reason that we were created, you know, to be able to be in that position. So, you know, we're grateful for anything and everything that we can get.